To see all the sectors that we have laid out on that track map. There are 5 sectors. The yellow, really great transitions as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said that, and I'm glad you kind of... Here comes Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Osbo, that Rockstar energy drink. Toyota GR Supra, that 3-liter, 3.2-liter stroked setup, filling that outside zone. That is outside zone 3, outside touch and go. Proper line here for the defending champion, wrapping around. Big Drift K Falcon Tire C6 Corvette. That supercharger winding it up into that first outside zone. Fills it properly. Let's see how close he gets here. You saw Freddie get a little bit close to Matt Field. Oh, really deep on outside zone 3. You saw that bumper flex, that HGK bumper. Now bring it on around. Chelsea hasn't had an offseason. This guy's driving every weekend. Here we go, the Pennzoil Synthetics. BC Racing. Oh, look at that. Smashing in. Bumper budget once again. Chelsea not as close as he could be on outside zone 2. Dives in on 3. So outside touch and go, big slow, and you can hear that exhaust note. So kind of slid it on into the touch and go. It was the right line, but would have liked to have him on throttle. So I want to back it up. Again, could have been closer on outside zone 2. Obviously got as close as possible. Chelsea is known for just a little bit different. 1,000 horsepower, 4-cylinder turbo nitrous. Ryan Turk. Woo, gets close to that. Like I said, that marginal error on that small back bumper. He brings in an outside zone 2 into 3. Gets a little bit closer. What's the 4-on-1, Ryan Turk? Here we go into that final outside zone. Kind of similar to Matt Field's line. Again, you dynoed it on the track this morning. Here we go, the NOS Energy Drink, Nissan Z on GT Radials. Chris, the Force Forsberg. Into that second outside zone under the bridge. Now coming at last outside zone. Again, another fairly safe line here for Forsberg, but I believe he just wants to advance on, get one in the books, and there you have it. The all-new NIS Racing Royal Purple Falcon Tire BMW. Now coming into view of the fans here in the building, getting to that first outside zone, into the second. Nice aggressive flick of the wrist into the third outside zone. Let's see how he handles the touch and go. Really close, nice job. You can see that BC Racing go for gold. Michael Essa, FCP Euro, Liqui GT Radial, BMW M3. Working all the way out there, smashing the bumper. Doesn't affect it too much, but Ryan, you were talking about it earlier about, you know, Chelsea Denofa going into it, and he got deducted a point there. So that was just maybe a little too deep when it really, again, didn't. Very cool to see Jones. Eva Auto Works. Whoa, man, no. Oh, man. He didn't do it there. Something's going on with that front suspension.
Yeah, he did get in the wall earlier.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was stoked to see him back to line.
Yeah.
He over-rotated going to outside zone 2.
I caught the very end of it, but
okay.
I saw him drive off, which made me feel good about everything, but it seems like there may be something wrong with the alignment. You can see on that initiation right away, the car snapped so fast and over-rotated immediately. There was no way that he was going to make it around that corner. I was hoping he wouldn't make it into the wall there. I was hoping he'd clear it, you know, by the end of that wall, but just managed to clip the edge of it, unfortunately.
Oh, such a bummer. That will Carnage Carney throwing it in. Let's see what we got here from Carney into that first outside zone. Uses all the course. Comes up a little bit short there on the second. Maybe a little gun shy. Ripping towards the middle of the track. Does not get out to that third outside zone. So quite a bit of distance between him and for his first run. I heard the car's not running 100%, but right now, running 100%. This is JTP Justin Pollock, that Falcon Tires Ford Mustang, massive angle.
Ooh,
oh,
too deep into that wall.
Way too deep. Oh, and it affected the performance of the car, not just the attitude, but that will be an incomplete for JTP, who's been looking really good in practice, man. All the teal and blue, you know, I saw him in field. Simon Olsen, another Norwegian driver, driving a Toyota Supra, a great looking car. Here in that boost race fuel, easy for me to say, Toyota GR Supra. Ooh, way off of that outside zone 1 and 2. Come on, Olsen. Now coming into that last outside zone, ripping into that inside clip. Seemed to get it together there on that inside clip, but unfortunately, Alec, really quick driver from Becker, Minnesota, and that Facetto Nissan Z. Stayed on that outside zone for a considerable amount of time. Some wavering there, so that wasn't a stepped initiation. It just was kind of, it came out of drift just slightly, but just the attitude of the car, you saw it kind of get disrupted. And with those chrome wheels, you can really see the action, and we got that of Jonathan Hurst. Jonathan Hurst in that AZ Rags from Paducah, Kentucky. Always love this guy. One of the loudest cars, the machine gun. Coming into that third outside zone. Woo! That turbocharged LS. He's making a lot of power, switching up chassis. He had that long time G37, now rocking that E46. Sorensen, 17 years young. Picked up a new sponsor, United States Air Force. Brandon Sorensen coming in, comes swinging into view of the fans. Doesn't get all the way out there. Nice snappy transition. Very tight line. Not the line we are expecting from Sorensen. Just a real rising star here in Formula Drift. Him and his sister are Rad Industries Gear Wrench on GT Radials. Let's see what we got here from Rad Dan. Dan coming into view. Quite a bit of distance off that first. Now tightens it up. Yo! Woo! Attaboy, Dan Burkett. Really tight. The closest we've seen on the outside zone 2 under the bridge. And tightens it up on the inside clip. Well executed there. This is his first ever competition run for Adam LZ. Adam LZ in that AutoZone RTR Spec 5. LZ gets all the way out there, taps the bumper. It does disrupt him. It throws him off the second outside zone into that third outside zone. He was on it earlier in practice, off of that touch and go. So there you go. That is a perfect example of going. Yves Meyer. Yves Meyer. Toyota Gazoo Racing Switzerland, Toyota GT86. New look here for Yves. Doesn't get all that first outside zone, nor the second. Oh, he's flying to that third. He wants to get out there. That was a little precarious there, but I like it.
So he's really late on 3.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to look at that again.
Yeah, that was the car. So yeah, so a couple Brazilian drivers. Here we go. Rome Sharpens here. Let's see what we got. A little bit of a handbrake pull, but he is flying earlier. Oh, perfect. See, that's the nice kiss.
Yes.
That's what we're looking for. Wasn't a big slam. Now outside third, outside zone. Talk about confidence. A little bit of hesitation on the transition going to the touch and go, but I really like that. BC Racing go for gold. He's going for it. I'm telling you. What did I say? Right? Let's see what's Kyle Mohan's got. Comes out of start chicane. No cone penalty in qualifying, so he is fine. He keeps on and continues on into that first outside zone. Goes into the second. Good place in the vehicle. Woo. Yeah. Again, the lone rotary, the lone starfighter into that final inside clip. Great placement of the car. It'll be a faster learning curve with this Corvette for Taylor.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Here we go, Taylor Hull. Let's see how he goes in that first out. Oh, taps the wall. That's not a zone there, Taylor. Save it for out here. There we go. Now it brings it out. A really long swing into that first outside zone, under the bridge. Now into that touch and go. I like that line that he took there. A little wide around that final inside clip, but overall, market there to support it. All right, here we go with the Masuyama, the Buy Now Japan Nissan Sylvia S13. He came on strong late in the year last year, so hopefully he picks up where he left off, and he gets into that wall. He backs it in, which throws him off that second outside zone. Could have been closer on the third. Now that touch and go, ooh, he was flirting that wall, man. We've seen that wall take people out.
Yeah.
Where just that knuckle right on the wall, because it's 3 liter, not stroked out to a 3.2, a very competitive, aggressive format. Here comes Jonathan Castro from Dominican Republic. So, Methyl Dom, Toyota GR86 gets all the way out there, snaps back to the second outside zone. That was a great initiation from Castro. Now brings it into that touch and go around that final inside clip. Bang, there you go. So I'd say bookend-wise, really good initiation. Goosh is loose. Here we go. What do you got for us? Kenshiro Gushi. Again, a day oneer since 2004. A little bit of handbrake pull there. Maybe set himself up for success. Yeah, he does. About a foot off. Ooh, gets tight. Look at that kind of. He did have a little bit of a step transition that second outside zone, but I like this. Good line. Hear him lift off throttle, throws him off of that last inside clip. But as I said, get a score on the board. You're gonna be in 21 to 22.
I do not. All I know is the new livery that you can see there that's borrowed from a racing F40, which looks fantastic, but his car doesn't seem to be really getting up to the line. That's unfortunate.
So looks like Federico, a lot of excitement, great looking car, always got a smile on his face. And again, congratulations to him for picking up that new livery. It is round one, but that Pennzoil vehicle.
So I heard that this year the car is turbo.
Yep. That's what I thought, but I just had to clarify with you,
Yeah.
but you didn't really clarify that for me.
But Chris clarified it for me, and then
Chris,
I
you'll-
clarified it for you. So.
And I think there's clarification. I think we're all clear on this.
Yeah, pretty clear.
For clear, dry eyes, use. So unfortunately, Federico Sharifo, that'll be another incomplete. So that.
Oh, here we go, another car.
Here we go, back at the action. We got that of Ryan Literal. That Power Stop Brakes Nissan S15 from Riverside, the IE. Woo, there we go. And that first outside zone, aggressive with that flick. Now that third outside zone, is off the wall quite a bit. Now into that touch and go, into that final inside clip. Another driver who just had a black cloud over his vehicle, and yeah, quite a few times. Right now, he says the car. Talked to him Wednesday. He says the car's got more power. I'm feeling good. He's back. The cowboy, the sheriff, Joao Barrion. Woo! Taps that wall aggressively. Ping pongs into the second outside zone. That's really good execution on third outside zone. Like I said, confidence in his corner. Says the car has got a lot. Ooh, that's a wide swing on that inside clip.
Yeah.
I think it was just like, wow, I'm doing it. Oh, no, in the mix. Now, this is supercharged V12 Aston Martin, the heart of racing Aston, driven by Darren Kelly from New Zealand. And that first outside zone, the second. A little bit of shimming there in that second outside zone. Now into that third. Bringing it around through the touch and go. Oh, and a hiccup. He does get it around that final inside clip, but way offline.
Work and find a setup somewhere to get it working. This is all, they're figuring everything out.
All right, Josh Love, my fellow deadhead here. Yes, Josh Love going for it. That After Hours Auto Sports Big Duck Club running some Holly Performance goodies. Yes, everybody wants a little loving in their life. Josh Love is here to deliver it. Atta boy, Josh. Nick Novak loves Nickelback, but guess what? Bringing sexy back, Nick Novak. Coro Works, GT Radial, BMW. Oh boy, that's shallow. That's shallower than a kiddie pool right there. Oh, Novak goes deep. Oh my goodness. Oh. Look at this. Look at this photograph.
Don't you dare.
What?
Don't you dare.
What? You love Nickelback. Love them. Aren't they Canadian?
They are Canadian.
Yes. Told you, I knew it.
That is an incomplete. I'm going to push my incomplete button here.
Oh, unfortunately, Nick Novak. Look at this unfortunate score for Novak.
So watching the replay, watching it live, I mean, when we had the camera on the initiation, it looked like a really good
Track ever,
Exactly.
unforgiving. Mike Power, let's see what you got. Power Racing Nissan Silvia from Port Jeff Station, New York. Into that first outside zone. Could have had deeper angle. Definitely has the line. Gets out to that third outside zone. See how he handles and manages. Touch and go. Always love the Silvia. Oh, boy.
That's not going to work. And that's what I was talking about earlier, Jared. You get to that
Hyped.
wall.
Let's see what Stuckey's got. Our final driver for their first qualifying run. Coming into view, pretty shallow on that first outside zone. Let's see if he can get it closer on the second. And he does. You saw him just kind of slide the back end there in that second outside zone into the third. And look at Stuckey. Looks like he is going to be getting the right. I mean, that's going to be higher than a 57. He wouldn't have one.
Yeah.
So Jeff Jones, do or die for him. Get a score on the board. And again, he can't get any higher. Here we go. Let's just talk. We'll talk about that in a moment. Jeff Jones looks like he's putting it down. A lot more comfortable. Doesn't get all the way out there, but continues on through the course.
That was really wide, Jared.
That was the widest you could be without hitting the tires.
He just did an outside zone on those tires on that last corner.
Woo!
Wow.
Jeff sounds angry. He's an angry elf.
I think he's happy he just got a run in, and got some points on the board. That was a really wide swing through there. That's risky if you just touch those tires. Anyway, here we go. Initiation, long handbrake pull there, getting the car to angle, off of outside zone 1, off of outside zone 2. Little bit of a slowdown in the rear wheels. The front wheels moved. Yeah, there was a little something there. Transition to the touch and go. Nice and close there, but look how wide he went out to that no man's land. So definitely going to get a low score for the inside clip, which is worth 5 points on line. So potentially a 0 there for that line score. You can see they're quite a bit off of outside zone 3. Jeff Jones looks like he's, oh, this is going to be perfect to see how wide he got. A couple of feet off
Yeah.
that tire wall, but still not a place you want to be going.
Yeah, we'll find out. Here we go. That is Travis Reeder. Travis Reeder coming down. Travis Reeder Motorsports, BMW, into that first outside zone in this second. And look, he's back, everybody. That's right. Reeder burned up the GT radials. Now coming into that final inside clip, nails it. Wow. From 0 to hero. From the vehicle not moving to definitely moving all over this track. Well done there by Travis. Is not. Kia is, though. Kia is my forte. Here we go. Justin Pollock, JTP, that Falcon Tires Ford Mustang. There we go. Stays off that wall, keeps it clean. Big angle from Justin Pollock. Look at how much angle he has. And that's the Justin Pollock we know and love. Oh, he took that incorrect line there. Again, you saw him woo and almost drifted into the wall.
Yeah, but this is the first time I've seen an Aston Martin drifting with an Aston Martin engine in it. So
here we go. All right, Darren Kelly comes into view. The Heart of Racing vehicle straightens out, comes out to the outside zone. Now transitions into the second outside zone. Turns up that wheel speed. Keeps it safe, middle of the road. Now coming to that final inside clip. So consistently kind of off each. And Nick, a very aggressive driver, fun driver to watch. Let's see how he handles it. On the second go-round, Novak. Man, he is just vomiting smoke out of the back of that Carl Works BMW on GT radials. He gets past the point of no return, Novak making a lot of noise in Pro Spec last year. From Port Jeff Station, New York, East Coast zone, slides in, comes into view of the fans here. Gets the outside zone, taps the wall, shreds off that back bumper, gets a little out of shape there. Mike Power fights back into that third and final outside zone, into the touch and go. So line will be affected. So basically, we're looking for, let's just to solidify it, a 61. Higher than a 61, 62, that'll get him in. I think that's gonna be enough.
That was a huge correction there between outside zone 2 and 3. It looked scary for a second. We've seen drivers go straight into this wall in front of us because of that type of reaction from the car. So it was great to see that he controlled it and he stayed in drift, didn't complete, but definitely a risky move. So he got a serious tap there on the wall, and right there, the car straightened up quite a bit, but managed to get through outside zone 3 pretty well, got to the touch and go, and got through the course with angle and got over the finish line. So it'll be a full pull. He's going to get a score, and it's going to come down to how seriously that error that he committed there between 2 and 3 is going to be taken by the angle and the style judge.
Yeah, I know, but only 34 showed up, so that's why the graphic is off. It says like top spot 28, so it should be 6 spots there. All right, so as Mike Power finishes, his easy up is set up, and again, we will see where they land. We'll get the official top 32 after Mike Power's score comes in. Just to solidify, just getting the mid-60s, which I think it'll be enough. Thank you so much for joining us out here for our K&N Knockout Qualifying. Thanks for joining us online, the Streets of Long Beach and the AutoZone Streets of Long Beach, presented by Type S Auto. What's always great about this event. And right in time for happy hour, both today and tomorrow. Remember, we will be back out here next weekend for the Grand Prix of Long Beach. We have our Formula Drift Invitational going down on Friday and Saturday night. Thank you to our corner workers, all the ladies and gentlemen in white. Thank you, Bill, the man with steel legs that used to stand over there and his beard would blow in the smoke and in the sun. Just can't even look at him, can't even make eye contact with him. You turn to stone, that's what happens. But thank you to Cal Club. And guess what? Mike Power gets a 69, nice. Mike Power gets a 69, he does make it in there. And he gets it on in. 69 is fine for Mike Power, and he is in the mix. So we will announce our top 32 online just to make sure who is exactly in, but stoked for Reeder. He got back in the mix. Darren Kelly should be in there, so that's great. The debut of the V12 supercharged Aston Martin.